G'day guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Kishan, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how you can organize your 2021. So I've got 3 simple tips on organizing your 2021, and it's pretty simple to apply, guys. That's what I've been using for organizing my 2021. But before you jump into the video, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more content like this. And if you do enjoy this video, make sure you hit the like button, guys. So jumping right into it, the first tip I have for you guys is reflect on your past year. So reflecting on a year can be quite large. There's a lot of stuff that actually happens in a year, especially with 2020. I mean, there's so much that has happened. A quick tip for actually helping you guys actually reflect on the past year is maybe asking yourself the following questions. How did the year go for you? Rate it from a scale of 1 to 10. I mean, what went well? What didn't go so well? What are some of the goals that you set and you achieved? What didn't you achieve? What were the things that made you happy and the things that didn't make you so happy? Answering these questions is going to help you reflect on the past year, and in doing so, it's going to really help you understand what are the things that have really worked for you in the past year and what are the things that you can improve on when you're heading into 2021. So moving on from reflections, tip number 2 is understanding your priorities. I cannot emphasize enough how important understanding your priorities actually is. In fact, I actually talk about this in one of my other videos on how to achieve your goals. I'll leave a link to that video down below. But effectively, understanding your priorities is probably going to help you with any of your decision makings or any of the goals that you're going to set. Quite often we get distracted by a lot of things going on in our life. I mean, we've got so much of our time going into work, then we've got our family and friends and our relationships. There's just so much going on, and sometimes you forget to actually understand what is actually a priority to you. And sometimes you gather someone else's priorities and start making your own. In fact, I did this when I was actually nearly about to buy a house last year. And that would have actually put me in a position where I couldn't have actually quit my job and take my career break. Luckily enough, I just had a gut feeling that it wasn't the right move for me. And so when I did quit my job, it actually ended up working out quite alright. It's not to say that buying a house would have been a bad move. In fact, I think it's a great move. I just think that at that time and point, it wasn't my priority because I wanted to travel and I wanted to explore new things and I wanted to quit my job. But if I had bought that house, I wouldn't have been able to do all those things. And I think it's just understanding those differences between what seems like an appropriate step or what seems like the right move for you versus what do you actually prioritize? What are the things that you actually want? So similar to what I've said in the How to Achieve Your Goals, try and understand your priorities. And a good way of doing this is being patient. Take your time and write yourself some notes on what is it that you actually enjoy in life? What is it that you want to achieve? What are the things that you really hope to achieve in the next year? And I think as you stay patient, you start understanding what are the things that you actually prioritize. Try and zone out all those noises from the outside of what people think is the right move for you based on your age or based on your circumstance. That's just what other people think. I think zoning in and focusing on what it is that you actually want is going to be helping you to actually understand your priorities. So the third and final tip on organizing your 2021 is be proactive. Look, 2020 was a tough year for us all. I mean, there were so many things that just kept changing. People lost their jobs, weddings got cancelled, trips got cancelled, job descriptions changed, the way we saw the world changed. Everything was different, which meant it was hard to control a lot of things. It wasn't within our control. So what I'm saying by being proactive is just because the times are tough, it doesn't mean you can't be accountable for decisions you make. You can only control what you can control. Everything else is not up to us. It's the surrounding world's going to control that. However, if you look back at the things that you want to do, maybe you can think outside the box and change things up a little bit. A good example of this is when I quit my job, I wanted to travel the world. So I wanted to go to South America, I wanted to go to Europe, but unfortunately I couldn't. So the next best option for me was traveling New Zealand. And I thought to myself, well, my priorities are still to get different experiences. It's to go to somewhere new. And I actually haven't traveled New Zealand extensively. So that's what I did. I did a whole trip around New Zealand. And I understand that that's just the luxury of being in New Zealand. But that doesn't mean you're limited to what the country or the place you're in actually controls of you. You still have the power to make the decisions that you want to make. So hold yourself accountable. Be proactive about the decisions you're going to make. Because this next year is going to be somewhat similar to the year before. As much as we hope it's not, COVID cases are still rising, things are very tense, and lockdowns are being implemented all over the world. So what I suggest is be proactive with your time. See what you can still do. Go back to those priorities and ask yourself, What are the things I can still do? What can I change? Maybe just think a little bit outside of the box to try and achieve those priorities or achieve the goals that you're setting yourself. So there you have it, guys. Those are the 3 tips on how you can organize your 2021. Reflect on your past year, understand your priorities, and be proactive with your time. These 3 tips are going to help you in setting your goals, understanding your year coming up, and help you organize it as much as you can. I really hope that you guys have learned something from this video and enjoyed the content. Make sure you hit that like button if you have. Leave me a comment to let me know what you guys think or what are the videos that you guys want to watch. And make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, guys. Thanks for watching.